from having his title stripped at UFC 274 to losing the chance to reclaim it against Islam Makhachev.
Champion of the world, Islam.
Charles Oliveira is clearly going through a rough patch, and as he attempts to return to his winning ways, the Bronx will have to go through Beneil Dariush at UFC 288. It doesn't get any better than this, ladies and gentlemen. Charles Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush might just end up being the fight of the year, since it's gonna be packed with action. It'll be Oliveira's first appearance after his loss against Makhachev at UFC 280. And as for Dariush, well, he'll probably be looking to extend his impressive winning streak to 9 fights in a row as he patiently waits for his shot at gold.
Trouble. Dariush closes the gap. And boom! That's the final shot that put him away.
And even though the Brazilian is coming off a fresh loss, don't be mistaken even for a second. The guy has nothing to prove. He might not have ruled the division as long as previous champions, but his 11-fight win streak was nothing short of extraordinary. Also, when you think about it, this isn't just a regular fight or something. It's the #1 guy in the division taking on the #2. And whoever wins this one is destined to get a shot at Islam Makhachev and the lightweight title. The People's Champ claims that this fight is perfect for him to climb the ladder and fight the Dagestani to take back his title. But on the other hand, Dariush isn't exactly the sort of fighter to go down so easily without a fight. It'll be an exciting matchup between two elite-level grapplers.
But it's Dariush right now trying to get it done from the back mount.
And the referee urging Charlie Brenneman to do something.
And while Charles certainly has more experience, can you believe Beneil is the favorite going into the fight? Yeah, I'm not making this up, people. The former UFC lightweight champion of the world is going into this fight as an underdog. Is it gonna be a competitive battle between two monsters? Absolutely. But is Charles an underdog? No way. Maybe it's because I've seen Charles at the top for so long that him being an underdog seems so weird.
Down. This is Bout. Here, he's gonna. Oliveira forces the tap! Charles Oliveira, another submission!
But either way, it's not like he has his work cut out for him. Remember Beneil's last fight against Mateusz Gamrot? What a commanding victory. Dariush proved he was on another level that night. And if you ask me, I think Oliveira is the perfect opponent for him right now. One thing you might have noticed about the 33-year-old is that he isn't exactly vocal or impressive with the mic. He steps into the cage, does what's needed, and walks out without any drama whatsoever. But in reality, he should have been making noise, because he's done more than enough to earn a shot at gold. I mean, 8 victories in a row and still no discussions about a title fight? Yeah, a win over the dominant Brazilian will not only get him the respect he deserves.
Oh! Heavy shots. Dariush staying busy.
God, Holtzman's got a chin. Beneil just...
but also put him in the driving seat for the lightweight title. But even then, Oliveira is actually pumped to be facing someone as skilled as Beneil. Judging by how the fans are reacting right now, I think they're more scared than Charles himself. And normally when a fighter is going up against someone as mysterious and skilled as Beneil, there's usually some panic in the air. But not for the Brazilian. Instead of being worried about having his title hopes shot down by the dominant 33-year-old, he's actually pumped to be facing him in his prime. Yep, he said that. He's excited to fight Dariush because he's in his prime. And this is exactly why I love Oliveira. He's just so fearless. Even against Islam, when everyone was painting the Dagestani as an unbeatable demigod, Charles was calm and cool as he played with actual lions in the heat of Abu Dhabi. Even afterwards, he didn't cry about it or anything. The People's Champ put his head down and got to work. And no matter who the UFC put in front of him right now, he claims it's nothing but a ladder to the top. Also, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but Charles has publicly announced his goal, so there's a lot riding on this fight right now. He told the fight world that the lightweight title belt will be wrapped around his waist by the end of the year.
Charles Oliveira!
And normally, if any other fighter had said that, I wouldn't believe it for a second. But since this is literally Charles Oliveira, I don't doubt his intentions at all. What I do doubt is his ability to handle Beneil Dariush. Like I said before, Benny isn't the kind of guy who likes to cause a lot of drama or stay in the headlines. You can tell he likes to keep himself away from all of that and just focus on fighting. But what I can tell you about him is that he takes MMA very seriously.
I'm finally in the conversation. You know, I'd like to see myself in a title eliminator, so whatever that is, but...
And when I say seriously, I don't just mean he wants to be a champion or something. He's the kind of fighter who wants to leave behind a legacy and be regarded as one of the greatest of all time. And sure, he might lack the mic skills to make an impact equivalent to his skill level, but the fight world listens whenever he talks. Don't believe me? Well, check this out. While the majority of the fight world can't stop talking about Islam's brilliance and dominance as a lightweight.
Get offensive here off of his back.
Look at the shoulder pressure, though. Look at Dober's face. Oh,
Islam Makhachev submits Drew Dober.
Wow.
Beneil is casually pointing out the different holes he has in his fighting. Or in other words, he's telling everyone how easy it would be to beat the Dagestani. And this might be a bit off topic, but did you know he was actually set to fight Islam a while back? Yup, the bout eventually got cancelled, but who knows? Maybe fight fans will get to see it again, since he might just be more likely to get a win at UFC 288. Look guys, before you start calling me a hater, I'm actually a huge fan of the Brazilian. I think he goes down as one of the best fighters of this era.
Trying to submit Efrain Escudero. Oh, he's got it in deep. Charles Oliveira.
But at the same time, and it hurts me to say this, but he might not have what it takes to defeat Beneil. Now, why do I think that though? Well, have you seen Benny's form recently? I've never seen someone fight like that before. I mean, he's in rare form right now. The way he's found power and confidence in his hands is just incredible. And yeah, it might just be because he's peaking as a fighter right now, but since I'm going off confidence alone,
Climbing to the top of kickboxing, he says now I'm going to climb the top of MMA. And he showed it through hard work, dedication, and perseverance.
I think Beneil is in a better position to win the fight, but still, I'm divided since both of these guys are deserving of a title fight. So technically, this is nothing but a ticket to the Islam Makhachev show. In case you have any doubts that the winner of this contest will not fight for the title, then please think again. Even if they didn't schedule this fight and gave Beneil an immediate title fight, I don't think anyone would be mad. He's done enough and doesn't need to prove anything right now. So when the time comes and both of these guys are standing opposite each other inside the octagon, all they're gonna be thinking about is that title shot. The winner gets his chance to rule the division, but since Charles has already had his go against the Dagestani, I think the more interesting matchup will be Dariush versus Islam. But let's see how things play out on the night of action. It could go either way, since both of them are such brilliant fighters. Anyway, with that, that's everything about Charles Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Modified guillotine. I'm not sure. I can't get the angle on it if it's up on the neck, but it looks pretty tight here, John. Yep.
And there's the tap.